Tackle Junkies, what's going on, everyone? Really appreciate you guys and gals for clicking on the video. We're back, episode 3 of Rigs for Bigs. If you guys are new to the channel or new to the series, I've partnered up with MONSTERBASS, and every month we're doing a rigging gear video for the baits in the box. Okay, I've done 2 already. I'll link them down below. Definitely check them out. This month we got a great selection of baits, great for this time of year, and I'll go over the baits at the end of the video. But we got a bladed jig, we got a spinner bait, and we got a crankbait. Now I've gone over those in the first couple of videos, so I wanted to focus more on the drop shot, which is another bait that you would have got in the box. I want to go over the drop shot in this video, how to rig it, and the gear used, and we're also going to spool up a spinning reel as well. Let's start with the rod. I like to keep it pretty simple with my spinning gear. I like a medium power or a medium light power fast action rod. Okay, I'm going to say a medium fast action is probably the most common. Most guys go to that medium power rod for their spinning gear. When you want to step down to a medium light is when you're using even lighter line or lighter weight. So that's really the deciding factor. Let the lure weight and the line determine which rod you're going to pick. For the reel, I like a 3000 size spinning reel. That bit bigger spool will give you less line issues out on the water. Now, the trick to spooling a spinning reel correctly is to match the rotation of the bail and the way the line comes off your filler spool, okay? And you look from the rear. So if I spin the handle here, you'll see that bail is spinning counterclockwise. And that's the way the line needs to come off the filler spool. I've heard a lot of guys say you want label up. And you can see right here with the label up, that line is coming off clockwise. So that would be wrong. So on this particular spool, I need label down so that line comes off the spool counterclockwise. I've got my reel mounted to my rod. Run your line through the guides and tie an arbor knot to the spool, which I have a video on and I'll link it down below. Now it's time to spool your line, and you want your filler spool to lay flat. I made a little spooling station to make that much easier. I'll link that video down below. Definitely check it out. Tighten your drag, pinch your line, and start reeling. A key tip when spooling a spinning reel, don't overfill the spool. You want to leave about 1/8 inch from the edge, okay? If you overfill it, it's going to jump off, and that's going to give you those wind knots between the guides. But I want to show you here, I just finished up spooling, and if you look at the line on the reel, I can move that line up and down, and you'll see there is 0 line twists in the line. That way you know the line is spooled correctly. Again, 0 line twist there. Another tip is to condition your line. I like the KVD line in lure. Spray it on your line, let it dry, and you are good to go. Okay, now to rig up the drop shot. I'm using a Mustad Titan X Wacky Nico hook. Kind of like a do-all type hook for me as far as finesse goes. You can go ahead and get an actual drop shot hook if you'd like. I got a number 4 here. And if you don't want the weed guard, you can just cut that off. But I like to order them with the weed guard there. That way I have it if I need it. Guys, I got a code for Mustad. TJ81 gets you guys 20% off. I'll link it down below, pop it up on the screen. Definitely check them out. So you're going to tie a Palomar knot, and I have a video on this knot, which I'll link down below. But you want to give yourself plenty of leader, because that's going to be your drop line. Start going in the eye. Okay, pull some line through. And go back through the eye. So you have a double line through the eye. Okay, and I like the loop in my right hand. So all we've done is a double line through the eye. Okay, like I said, pull yourself some extra line, because that will be your drop line. Slide the hook down towards the loop side. Okay. A little overhand knot. Okay, you got a loop there. Bring the hook through the loop. Okay, wet your line and cinch it down. Okay, so that's a Palomar knot. But the trick is to take the tag end, okay, and run that back through the eye, and you'll see run it back through the eye there, and you'll see that will pop the hook out, okay, like so. And the line below the hook, that is your drop line. Get your weight. I believe Rick included a weight. I'm just going to tie another Palomar knot. Super easy knot, super strong. Okay, cut your tag end off. And there's your rig. So there's your hook sticking out there. And there's your weight, okay? Obviously you want a shorter leader, just tie your weight up a bit higher. One of the baits you may have received this month, X-Zone Lures, Hot Shot Minnow. This is a great color here, 309, very popular color. Simple to rig. You can go under the chin there, under the chin, out the top of the head like so. Okay. Or you can go out the nose, which is a bit more weedless, like that. Okay. So a couple different ways to rig it up. Well guys, that's the drop shot rig. Hopefully you guys were able to follow that. If you have any questions, leave them down below. A few other baits that you might have gotten in the box. One here is from Kingfisher Custom Lures. It's a square bill. You guys know I'm a square bill fanatic. Looking forward to tossing these around. You have a rattle. Nice looking square bill there. Perfect for this time of year. Great search bait to find some fish. Next, you might have gotten a Z-Man spinnerbait, sling blade. I got a bunch of these. Love this one here. This one is in a 1/2 ounce. Again, great search bait for this time of year. And last, we have a bladed jig. Now this one here is from Guggen, all right, the clickbait. Now guys, I do want to address this brand real fast. I've had some of you guys reach out to me about this brand being in these boxes. I do believe it's the first time you've seen them in there, and I was a bit shocked myself, okay? Now, you guys may or may not know I've been with MTB, or I was with MTB for many years. And the last couple of years, we received a lot of Guggen baits in the box. And that really wasn't what anybody signed up for. These boxes are supposed to be a variety of different brands and maybe you haven't even heard of, right? But so you can try out new baits, new brands. And the last couple of years, we did get a couple of Guggen baits, almost per box, just a lot of them. And you really can't have one brand kind of dominate the box. It kind of takes away from the box, right? And I probably should have spoke up then and I didn't, right? Well, fast forward, now I'm with Monster Bass. And this is the first time that I've seen a Guggen bait in the box. So immediately I went to Rick asking what was going on here, because I'm sure a lot of you were shocked as well. I talked to Rick, and in his defense, I mean, this is a brand as well, okay? So he's not going to put these in the box every month. You might see these maybe 2 or 3 times per year, which I don't have a problem with that, right? It's still a brand. Some of you like it, some of you don't. Guys, outside of YouTube, I'm a business owner as well. And one thing I've learned is you cannot please everyone. Some of you are going to like the bait, some of you aren't. But at least we know you're not going to see Guggen every month. Maybe a few times a year, and that's it. But anyways, guys, bladed jig, great for this time of year. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash the thumbs up. Love you guys. We will see you guys on the next one.